USS New York, the fifth San Antonio-class amphibious transport dock, is the fifth ship of the United States Navy to be named after the state of New York. New York has a crew of 360 and can carry up to 700 Marines. It is notable for using a symbolic amount of steel salvaged from the World Trade Center after it was destroyed in the September 11 attacks. Construction. The ship is the first to be designed fully from the CAD screen up to support all of the Marines' primary mobility capabilities: landing craft air cushion and MV-22B Osprey. Shortly after September 11, 2001, Governor of New York George E. Pataki wrote a letter to Secretary of the Navy Gordon R. England requesting that the Navy bestow the name New York on a surface warship involved in the war on terrorism in honor of the victims of the September 11 attacks. The contract to build New York was awarded to Northrop Grumman Ship Systems of New Orleans, Louisiana, in 2003. New York was under construction in New Orleans at the time of Hurricane Katrina in 2005. 7.5 short tons of the steel used in the ship's construction came from the rubble of the World Trade Center. This represents less than 1/1000th of the total weight of the ship. The steel was melted down at Amite Foundry and Machine in Amite, Louisiana, to cast the ship's bow section. It was poured into the molds on September 9, 2003, with 7 short tons cast to form the ship's stem bar, part of the ship's bow. The shipyard workers reportedly treated it with reverence usually accorded to religious relics, gently touching it as they walked by. One worker delayed his retirement after 40 years of working to be part of the project. Sister ships announced. On September 9, 2004, Secretary England announced the two of New York as sister ships will be named Arlington and Somerset in commemoration of the places where 2 of the other planes used in the attack came down, Arlington County, Virginia, and Somerset County, Pennsylvania. Christening. New York was christened on March 1, 2008, in a ceremony at Avondale Shipyard in New Orleans. England, the ship unregistered trademark S sponsor, smashed the traditional champagne bottle on the ship unregistered trademark S bow and christened the ship New York. Several dignitaries were in attendance, including Louisiana Congressman William J. Jefferson, Deputy Defense Secretary Gordon R. England, members of the New York City Police Department and the New York City Fire Department, and family members of September 11 victims. The champagne bottle did not break the first time it was struck against the hull of the ship, but the second attempt was successful. The ship was delivered to the Navy on August 21, 2009 at New Orleans. The ship's delivery was accepted by its first commanding officer, Commander F. Curtis Jones, USN, a native of Binghamton, New York. She set sail for Norfolk, Virginia, on October 13, 2009. On November 2, 2009, the ship passed the World Trade Center site for the first time and gave the site a 21-gun salute. Commissioning and trials. The ship commissioning of USS New York took place on November 7, 2009, in New York City. Speakers included Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton, Secretary of the Navy Ray Mabus, Governor David Paterson, Mayor Michael Bloomberg, Chief of Naval Operations Admiral Gary Roofhead, and Commandant of the Marine Corps General James T. Conway. Approximately 1 in 7 of the plank owners are from New York State, a larger number than usual. On January 11, 2010, the Navy announced that the ship would have to undergo repairs for faulty engine parts after a premature failure of bearings on the ship unregistered trademark S main propulsion diesel engines during a week-long sea trial following the November commissioning. The Navy did not say how long the ship would be docked. The current commanding officer is Captain John C. Kreitz. Service history. On June 10, 2012, the ship was deployed for the first time to the Strait of Hormuz and the Persian Gulf region. It deployed with Marines from 1st Battalion, 2D Marine Regiment, 2D Marine Division and returned in December 2012 along with the USS Iwo Jima and the USS Gunston Hall with Marines from the same unit attached to all 3 ships. In late 2013, the New York shifted homoport from Norfolk to Naval Station Naport in Florida, as part of the Iwo Jima ARG move. In June 2014, the ship was used to transport Ahmed Abu Khattala, Suspected mastermind of the 2012 Benghazi attack on the American diplomatic mission at Benghazi, back to the United States. Gallery. Notes. References: USS New York at the U.S. Naval Vessel Register. External links: USS New York official Navy website, official site of the USS New York commissioning, Scott Cohen's USS New York site, Baldwin, Tom. Warship built out of Twin Towers wreckage, The Sunday Times, May 22, 2006.